Welcome to the Bellied Up podcast. I am Charlie Berens. This is Miles, the You Betcha guy, and we are here to serve you up another hour of Midwest conversation. Midwestern, you get what I'm saying.
I do.
So, Miles, I was out fishing.
Where are we at? We're at Oaks Bar and Grill here in at the Majestic
Oaks
Golf Course.
Yes.
In Ham Lake, Minnesota. There we go.
Like,
We're getting good at this, Charlie.
So
Starting to figure it out.
Miles, I was out fishing the other day, and we were using the fellow with the boat had a live scope.
Oh, okay.
And I had never fished with a live scope before.
Because the only time I've live scoped is ice fishing. So I've never done open water fishing with it.
I didn't even know you could do it ice fishing.
What was it like?
Well, it was a little bit. So you get out there, you put the little, it's like Hunt for the Red October is what it's like.
Okay.
Like you put that live scope in there, they'll be like, oh, that's a muskie. Oh, that's a bunch of walleyes there. And then they're like, cast out 25 feet, and you do. And then they're like, no, jig faster. You're not, you're kind of like under the gun. And I'm like, look, I get it. That's fun. That's nice. It's good. I'm not saying anything against it, but I'm just saying what I prefer is to,
Relax.
Yes, exactly. And I don't want my casting, getting judged, because I'm sensitive. I'm a sensitive
cast over there, and then you cast. You're like, I said cast over there. And then you cast again. I said over there.
Yeah. They'll be like, cast out 25 foot. And then I'm like, I have no idea how to measure 25 foot.
What's that in yards?
I don't. Well, it's 25 divided by 3. 8-ish. Anyways.
8.2, yeah.
But these guys, I mean, they're good at it, and I get it and whatever. But when I go fishing, what I like to do, I want to do a fishing show called The Fish Finders, where you just go out with no fish finders and you never catch anything.
Yeah, just hang out.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, for me, I'm just kind of I don't like the machinery in there.
The one thing that was cool doing it ice fishing, so we were fishing for crappie.
Yeah.
So they, travel in the schools of crappie.
Yeah.
And Ryan, who works for me, he had a buddy who's a guide. So we went out with him, and he had one of those, and he'd drill a hole, and he'd stick it in there, and he'd spin around, and then he would see it, and he would go 30 feet that way. And so we would take our augers and our Vexilars and sprint over there, drill a hole as fast as we could, drop our Vexilar, drop our shit in, and then we'd catch a crappie. By the time we'd pull that up and whatever, they would move. So then he would be like, over there. And so then we'd run over there. I bet if you were just watching us, you were like, these guys are running around like chickens with their head cut off. But it was actually very fun. It was active fishing, which was fun.
Yeah, no, I get it. I
don't know if you're a purist, if you love that type of ice fishing, but it was fun to do.
Ice fishing might be a little bit different because you're moving, but when you're in a boat and you're like, like you're putting around and you're like, oh, there's a muskie, cast there. And then you cast at it and you're like not getting it. And these guys cast for muskies all the time. So if you're like 10 feet off, they're like, how about 10 feet less next time, know, and then you do it and you're there. So anyways, I just, that was just one of the things. No, I'm not trying to dig into the guides out there because, that's the business. And it's good to put people on fish, but I prefer to just not think and try very hard fishing.
You're not out there necessarily to catch your limit. You're out there to catch a buzz on life.
That's kind of it. And if I know there's fish there, I'm going to be casting. But if I'm casting so much, I'm not drinking. And then it's a whole different fishing dynamic.
I tell you what, though, I was sweating.
Were you?
I was sucking hind tip by the end of that, running around because you're in full snow gear. The snow bibs, the jacket, whatever. By the end, I had the jacket off. My cap was off.
That's the thing with ice fishing. You can really bundle up, and then it's like a sauna in there.
It's like the opposite effect. You're like, now I'm too hot.
Yeah.
It's kind of like driving in the winter with your winter coat on, and it's cold out, and then you crank up the heat, and then it's too hot, and it's just back and forth.
And then you got the AC going.
You got a window cracked with the heat on.
Oh, yeah. That's efficient. Yeah. Well, Miles.
Did you catch anything?
I caught a lot of. I mean, it was nice.
You had a record day, but you hated it?
We did have a record. No, I mean, we caught so many walleyes. It's not that I hated it. It's just it feels like a little bit like cheating.
Yeah,
you know.
I know what you mean.
Coming from.
Was it your dad in back of your mind telling you like you don't need all that shit?
My dad kind of likes it.
Oh,
actually,
okay.
Yeah. He's like, oh, look at this.
I
We get the
everything you tell me
walleyes
about
right
your
here.
Dad, I feel like he hates that, but he's gotten soft in his old age.
I don't know what it is. He's actually always been into the electronics. Like I remember as a kid, he was trying to get me to, be better at the computer. He's like, this will be the future. I was like, you don't know what you're talking about. So anyway,
usually it's the other way around.
I know, right? Yeah, my dad's a embracing of the technology kind of fella.
I like that. Mr. Berens.
Yeah.
Tech wizard.
Yeah.
Does he still type like this, or does he go?
No.
Is he home row?
He's a full hander.
Okay.
On the.
I like that.
Yeah, on the typing. So.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes the way you talk, you're older than your dad after hearing that information.
I know. I don't know what it is. Yeah, honestly, I think I'm not good at video games. Are you guys good at video games? Everybody, I feel like I missed out on a whole culture shift.
Yeah, you spent way too much time outside as a kid. You're a loser.
I stopped playing video. I stopped playing video games after GoldenEye because I wasn't good.
Yeah,
and
the shooting first-person shooter games, terrible at them.
Yeah,
I can play like Madden, pretty decent.
Yeah, I haven't played Madden since Sega. Genesis.
Since Madden 1.
Pretty much, yeah.
Since John Madden was on the cover, you haven't played.
He's not on the cover anymore?
What do you mean? You really have been out of the game, huh?
I guess so.
He was on the, 25th anniversary or something, wasn't he? Yeah.
Well, anyways, let's get this podcast going. I got to go meet with my buddies in the Amish camp down the road after this.
Okay, I didn't...
Thinking of joining.
Okay. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Hey, I never thought I'd get on. No way.
Here
My
you
name's
are.
Isaac Lopez.
You said Alex?
Isaac Lopez from Brothers, California.
Okay. Well, what do you want to get off your chest today, man?
Well, I work in construction, and the most annoying thing about working in construction is the homeowners.
Are you a general contractor?
Homeowners. My dad is. I work for my dad, actually. That's another thing. But yeah.
Well,
These homeowners, they're crazy.
Well, I hate to break it to you, but the number one thing that homeowners hate is general contractors.
That is true.
So I think you guys are a match made in heaven. What do you hate about homeowners?
We go to these job sites, and we mainly do finished carpentry, and we go at the very end of the job, and they have a walkthrough where they put blue tape on anything that needs fixed. And what these people will do is mark up everything that needs fixed. We'll fix it multiple times, and no matter how good we get it, it's never good enough.
So why don't you just do it right the first time?
Oh.
well, that's the thing. Sometimes they change their mind. So we put in some beams and baseboards and different things, and they'll say, "Oh, we don't like that style. Tear it out." And then they don't want to pay for it because they don't like the look after we install it. So we'll have to tear it out and reinstall it, and it's very annoying.
I was gonna say, well, what are you guys complaining about? You're gonna upcharge them anyways. So, but if they don't want to pay, I get it. That's frustrating. So where is the disconnect? Why don't you guys go, are you sure? Because I don't want to do this if you're not sure, and maybe pull up a photo online and just be like, this is what it's going to look like.
Well, we've done that before. It's these homeowners, we show them pictures, they show us pictures. We say, is this exactly what you want? And then we install it. And we had this one guy, we told him multiple times, are you sure you want this? This won't look good at all. We've done this many times. You sure you want this? He's like, yes. We install it. We had to take it out 3 or 4 times, and then he ended up suing the company because we did it wrong and he didn't like it, and we weren't going to pay for it, and we were telling him to pay for it. So, yeah.
So why do you guys do this in the first place?
Yeah,
It sounds terrible.
You should be a lawyer. You can make a lot more money suing people like yourself.
Oh, yeah. I don't got the brains for that. Barely squeaked through high school. I got a high school diploma. That's probably why I work in construction. But yeah, I was kind of born into this. My dad being the general contractor, and so he's a really good contractor, but it's just homeowners, which we're slowly trying to get out of the homeowners and go more commercial, you know.
Yeah,
for that reason.
They don't care. Don't you have like a contract where you write it up with the homeowner on these things, and then they sign off on it, and then the contract's a contract?
I think so. I'm the manual labor guy.
Yeah, that's way above his pay grade, Charlie. We're talking to the wrong family member.
Right. You're talking to a 19-year-old from California.
So are you the typical boss's kid? You show up when you want, you do whatever you want. When someone pisses you off, you look at them and say, "Do you know who my dad is?"
Keep in mind, you're talking to a boss's kid right now, so he'll know if you're lying.
No.
I'm not, but I have 8 siblings, but my older brother is like that.
8 siblings?
He's the typical boss. Yes, sir.
Catholic?
I'm kind of like you, Charlie.
Catholic,
No,
Mormon, homeschool? Christian. Oh,
Okay.
Wow. Non-denomi, huh?
We are homeschooled now. I went to public school my whole life, but the last 4 or 5 kids, we've been homeschooling. So.
Well, yeah, because the first
weird,
that's because the first 4 kids barely squeaked through high school. They had to figure something else out.
Yeah. But yeah, my brother's like that. He'll go around the job site just walking around. He loves to talk to the homeowners and tell them everything about their house. Me, I just pop on my earbuds, pop on the Bellied Up podcast, and just do my thing, you know?
Yeah, I like that. But someone's got to talk to the homeowners. You know, it seems like you guys don't like them. So maybe his job isn't as easy as you think.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. I've had to talk to a couple of homeowners. I don't like talking to the people because I just don't like talking to people that I don't know really, you know?
Yeah.
Just more to myself guy.
Let me give you.
Yeah, usually. Go ahead.
I was just saying, let me give you a little solution here. The next time you got a situation where you're doing the finish and whatnot, all the finish work, people will find the smallest problems in anything. You know, that's sort of what you're doing. So before you finish up, go over to the toilet and break it. With a leaking toilet, they're going to be calling a plumber, and they're going to be happy with your work.
Yeah.
So
mess something else up that you don't have to fix. Then they won't even notice the small detail on your project. There you go, Charlie.
Yeah, go in the basement, find some wires, throw some water on it. All right, and you'll be out, and then it's the electrician's problem.
If there's no lights in the whole place, they can't even see your shoddy craftsmanship anyway.
You see what we're doing here? We're giving you action items, solutions. That's why you call into the Bellied Up podcast. A little light vandalism can go a long way.
That's great advice.
Yeah.
I might have to try that sometime.
What are some other things that you got a bone to pick with homeowners? What else do you not like?
Just their overall, they like to come around and tell me how to do my job, you know? Like, I know how to do it. I have my earbuds in. They'll come up and try to talk to me and be like, "Hey, so what are you doing here?" And I'll explain it to them. And then they're like, "So how are you doing this?" And I'll explain to it. And then they'll try to tell me how to do my job. And it's just like, okay, just leave me alone. You don't know.
You got to remember that this home is a big deal to them. They're spending a lot of money. They may be living in that thing forever. Do you live in an apartment? You got a house yourself? What's your situation?
No, I actually live with my parents. My dad built our house. It's a 2-story house. Really nice house. But yeah, so he built it all himself before I was at working age. So I was like 3-ish.
Got it. Are you also a homeschool teacher for the young ones then? If you're living at home, do you teach math or something?
I teach them by telling them not what to do in life. You know, mistakes I've made and mistakes my brother has made. You know, my brother's made a lot of mistakes. So,
and that's a good point, Charlie. They should have more. They should have a class in high school of just what not to do.
Yeah.
Just have people who've messed up their life.
yeah, like common sense.
What not to do 101. What's
Like,
the
don't
biggest?
take a turn at.
What's the
go ahead.
What's the biggest mistake that you would teach your younger siblings not to do?
Not to get into any relationships before the age of 16 to 18.
16 to 18 is a no-go window for relationships. What happened? Are you a father?
No, that's when you should. That's when you should start.
Oh, so you are regretting having like a 14-year-old relationship?
Yeah, I do.
Do you have a child?
No, I'm not that stupid. I may be a little stupid, but I'm not that stupid. So, yeah. I almost did once, but that's a different story. We won't go into that.
He's 19. He's like that 14-year-old girl that when we were in 8th grade, she broke my heart, and I'll never be the same again.
Oh yeah.
Just so you know, when you get to be our age, you won't even remember what you did at 14 years old. So I wouldn't worry about it.
Well, that's the thing. It was many of those, but I go to church, and it was all in like the same fellowship of churches. And you have to see that person, and then there's just that like weird vibe, you know.
So don't date within your church.
Yeah.
Smart.
Date like out of state somewhere.
He's like, God, it was the worst. I'd go to church, I'd go up for communion, and I'd have this awkward look with 3 of my ex-girlfriends on the way back to the pew. God, that's just a deal. That's a day ruiner.
All my exes live with Jesus.
All my exes are in row number 3.
Well, you're doing the Lord's work, man. You really are.
Yeah.
Keep teaching your siblings right, and thank you for calling in. And we hope these homeowners won't.
Hey, I also got one more thing.
Yeah.
I also got one more thing. Yeah. So I live in California, and I don't know if you guys know like California drivers. Do you guys see any? Are any moving out there where y'all live?
I lived out there for a little bit. They're not good.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They're horrible. So I live here in like the Central Valley where all the agriculture is out in the country. So traffic's not too bad. But you go in the city and like it barely starts to sprinkle, and people just are crazy. They don't know how to drive. They drive like 20 under the speed limit. They're going super slow, acting like they're going to flip out, and it's just creating too much traffic, you know?
Don't go into the city.
Yeah.
Why do you need to go?
Work.
Oh, I suppose. Just carpool with someone, then you don't even have to worry about it. You got like 8 siblings that all work for the company.
Yeah, well, my brother's been like 8 wrecks, so I'm not gonna ride with him. And me and my dad usually work at different job sites, so I'm usually the one driving. And I drive with a trailer too.
That would be a disaster.
Like
driving in California city with
trying to parallel park a trailer.
Oh my God, there's nowhere you could park with that.
No, although in the
Oh yeah, by the way, I'm the best trailer backer upper ever.
Oh well, we're gonna need to see video evidence.
They should have an Olympics for that.
Yeah,
they should.
They do.
We need to have an Olympics for that.
They do. You can Google it. I've seen it, and I would like to see that. I would love to see video evidence of you whistling a trailer back in between 2 compact cars.
I want to see you take one into L.A. and parallel park it.
That's how we'll know
on a rainy day.
Ooh, there's a challenge right there. I'd like to take.
All right.
Well, thanks for calling in, my guy.
Yeah. Thanks for the advice. I'll make sure to crack a couple toilets and blow up a house or something.
See, now we're cooking with gas. That's perfect.
That would be a good way to do it.
Yeah, just turn the gas.
Accidentally drop a lighter or something.
Just make sure no one's in the house that's alive.
Don't do that. All right, man. Thanks for calling in.
Maybe just the homeowners in the house. That's about it.
No.
We can't advocate murder on this podcast.
No, this is not a true crime podcast. Don't do that.
All right, we'll see you later.
And if we had a homeowner call in, they would go, I go in there and I tell them to do this, this, and this, and then they do something completely different, and I have to make them redo it.
Now, as someone who is in construction who also built a home, do you have like, you know?
Well, I don't know. I feel like I understood that there is that relationship, so I tried to like be like, I know that this is not what was on the plan, but here's a change order. I'm sorry. You know, I tried to be apologetic about it, at least when it did happen, but it's unavoidable.
Yeah.
You start putting stuff together, you realize it shouldn't be like that.
No.
That was a mistake.
You know, I'll tell you a worse idea is when you try to save money, cut out the contractor and kind of do it yourself.
How's that going for you?
Yeah, I got 2 doors. I don't have any place to put them, but I over-ordered, you know. So if anyone needs a door, buy, sell, and trade.
Yeah, but you never know. You might need a door. Put it in the garage.
Make
and
a table out of it.
Yeah, someday you're going to be like, thank God I ordered extra doors.
Yeah, well, where do you think it's sitting right now? Right in the garage.
Yep, I believe
Just
it.
waiting. All right, should we do another caller?
Let's do it.
Oh, hey, guys. This is Andrew giving you guys a call from Pennsylvania.
Andrew in Pennsylvania. Thanks for coming on the deal, my guy. What's your rant? What's on your mind?
I recently switched jobs. I'm now working as a sales rep for a chip company, driving trucks around delivering stuff to stores, right? Haven't been there too long. Finally got on my own route. But, man, on my days off, I have a guy that covers the route while I'm off. And he doesn't know what the heck he's doing at all. And I've been there less time than him. So I just needed help to figure out how the heck do I go about correcting his errors.
Get him fired. I think plant a gun in the trunk. Plant a gun in the truck, and while he's out on the route, call the police, tell him there's a gun under the truck. He'll be fired, and you'll be good. Make sure you don't leave prints on the gun.
But then he's got to work Saturday, Sunday, Charlie.
No, they'll hire someone else. Yeah, that is true. Be prepared for some OT payment.
That's very fair, you know? So the way my route works, I'm off Tuesdays, Wednesdays. So, oh man, planting a gun on the truck, that's a good idea. Which one should I plant, do you think? I have a few.
But the problem is it's going to be your gun. It's terrible advice, Charlie.
Oh, that is true. No, not yet. It's just we came to a little roadblock in the plan. Get yourself a file from the hardware store, find the serial code, and just file that sucker off, all right? What's your...
That'll be a problem. I got a few of those in the garage.
There you go. What's your next problem?
Next problem. All right. Well, that sounds good. I'm gonna roll with that for my first problem. Second problem. So, we recently got a house about like maybe a month or two ago now. You know, we just got moved in. We're getting settled and everything. And the wife wants to start acquiring all these things for the house. She wants to get all these animals and stuff for the house. And I'm just trying to be practical, and I just want a race car.
Well,
hold on.
You guys are meant to be.
I have no idea what that means.
What kind of animals?
Live animals? We talking taxidermy? What are we?
Or just cats?
Oh, no, we're talking full-blown live animals. She's already got quite a few. No, we're trying to have a little bit of a farm here, I guess.
Can you be more specific with the animals?
3 cats. We have what do we have? Oh my God. We have a rabbit. We've now acquired 3 chickens, and now she just got 9 more chicks. And she wants to get pigs and goats.
Do you live on a farm, or is this in town?
Maybe a cow.
What?
No, it's just outside of town. We have about it's like an acre of land, so it's not very big, obviously. So it's a lot for a little space. You know what I mean?
He's going to have to start building high rises for all the chickens and pigs. You know, he just ran out of room, so he just start building up.
Yeah,
Pig's got a tree house in the back.
It's just a big barn tower, huh?
Is she going to let you kill the chickens for food, or are these pets?
You know, it's crazy. So the chicken she has now is from her parents. Her dad recently passed. So it's kind of the chickens that she has now are sentimental. However, the new batch of chicks we got, the 9 of them, once they stop laying, we're probably going to end up butchering them.
Yeah.
She's fine with that. She actually will do it herself. She likes doing it.
Yeah, you're licking your chops.
Yeah.
You're like, let's go.
I don't see any problem with the chickens. I just think that's saving you money on the grocery bill.
So how did you find a gal that likes to
yeah.
butcher chickens is what I want to know.
I'll tell you, man. Tinder, I got really lucky, man. I just rolled the dice on Tinder. First day of premium. I just bought it. She was the first girl I matched with on Tinder Premium, and it's been the rest is history, you know?
What picture made you swipe right on that? Did she have a cock in it?
Man. Yeah. No, not quite. Oh, man. There was one with her in cowgirl boots in the tree, and I said, "Oh, heckin', I gotta hit this girl up. Let's hope she likes me."
Did you just say, "Oh, heckin'"?
I did.
I like that.
I
We
love
gotta
Trying
start
to keep
saying
it PG for you guys.
Yeah.
You didn't even get your money's worth on Tinder Premium. You did one swipe and then you quit.
No. I swiped, you know, we hit it off. You know, I had another date that day. That girl ended up bailing. So I hit her up and we went on a date, and I've been seeing her every day since.
Do you know?
So yeah, no, I didn't get any money out of Tinder Premium. I should got a refund.
I know you should have sent a strongly worded email to them and said it works too good. I didn't get my money's worth. Does your
It did. It worked. It worked great.
Does your gal know that she was your second choice?
She does.
Okay, good.
She does. I did tell her that. It was a little while after dating before I told her it. I was feeling confident, and I probably shouldn't have said anything.
Yeah, how'd that go?
Not too good. She was a little upset for a bit, but you know, she got over it. It took her out for a nice dinner. We made it work.
She got over it.
She's still with me, so we're all right.
He brought home a new chicken, and she just forgot all about it.
What's your
Exactly. Well, I let her get the pass. You know, that helped out quite a bit.
Smart.
What's the biggest problem animal that you got? I don't think you should have a pig on an acre of land.
I know. Pigs, from what I've heard, pigs are pretty destructive. So I'm trying to vote against pigs. Oh, man. Biggest problem we have right now, at least with the rabbit, one time the rabbit when we first got the rabbit in our apartment, we don't live there anymore. We got the house now. But the rabbit, we initially let it out of its pen, and it started chewing everything. It ended up chewing the wires to our dishwasher, and it broke the dishwasher because it got a little curious behind there.
I'm surprised you didn't have Hassenpfeffer that night. You chew those are live wires.
Yeah, they were. He got a little zap, but he was fine after that. He's still alive.
Yeah,
so
when he hops, he kind of goes to the left a little bit now, but you know,
a little bit.
just like your race car, to turn left. Tell us about your race car.
Turning a little left.
What? I did not expect to hear that you have live animals, but instead you want a race car. Walk us through it. Do you race now?
Yeah.
Where you want to get into it?
So I'd like to get into it. I think that'd be pretty cool. I do simulator racing on my computer right now. It's something I'd like to break
Cruising the
into,
USA?
You know, just,
Like with
what's that?
Are you doing like you have a full sim setup with an actual steering wheel, or are you just steering with the up, down,
Full
left,
sim
right
setup.
arrows? Because driving a car is a little different
just
than
using
that.
an Xbox controller. No, I have a whole wheel and sim setup up there right now. So I think it'd be kind of cool to just buy some beater car and, you know, just take it up to the tracks and go racing. I think it'd be fun. I think it's practical.
Yeah. I mean, it's got to be just as expensive as buying a sim setup. Aren't those expensive?
Oh, yeah. I dropped a couple grand on my setup for sure. Probably should have funneled that into a race car, but, you know, I figured a sim might be a good way to start. You know, I don't have to leave the house.
True. Plus, with all the animals that you're about to get, it's a lot of work. You're going to be working from sun up to sundown to keep everything alive.
Yeah, you're a farmer now.
I know. I am a farmer now. It's crazy. I never thought I'd see the day where I'd have so many friggin' animals. It's crazy.
Well, what are the chances you're actually going to get this race car and those animals are going to go away?
Oh, the wife's always going to win. I haven't been married that long, but I've learned already. I'm not going to win. The wife's always going to win. So the chances are slim to none. I think I'm going to be sim racing forever.
Well, it sounds like acceptance is the key
It's
to
also a lot
happiness.
safer. So.
It is, yeah. Yeah, you can't put yourself in a wheelchair behind a sim thing. I mean, if you drink enough, I suppose it's possible. But well, good for you, my guy. Congratulations on that beautiful new farm and that very expensive video game your wife let you get.
Oh, absolutely. I appreciate that. Where are you guys drinking at today?
We're in Ham Lake, Minnesota. Where are you at?
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah, you're in Pennsylvania.
Oh, we're in Pennsylvania, yeah, northern PA, up in the hills, you know. Probably about 2 hours north of Philly now.
Are you close to Van Wert? Oh no, that's Ohio.
Van Wert.
Never mind. Wrong state.
Yeah, that's out past Pennsylvania. That's a bit further than us.
Okay. Okay. Well, thanks for calling in, my guy. We appreciate you.
I appreciate the help. I'm going to take that advice.
All right. Yep. Remember to file off that serial number. That's very important. All right. Talk to you soon, my guy.
Serial number's coming off.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Watch out for deer now.
All right. You too. And the feds. Bye-bye. You know, and now we should do a PSA. Folks, you really shouldn't file off any serial numbers on your firearms. That is a federal offense. It can land you into prison for a long, long time.
So can planting evidence, Charlie.
Yes, that's true.
You had 2 felonies in that one call.
Uh-huh. So
pretty soon you're going to be on house arrest with an ankle bracelet.
Just want to let you guys know that was a joke. It was meant in sarcasm. Whether the caller knows that or not, he seemed like a smart enough guy.
Yeah.
He's from Pennsylvania.
You know what, Charlie?
What's that, Miles?
Insurance companies don't always play nice. I don't know if you knew that or not. They like to dink around, but Nicolay Law, those guys, they don't mess around.
No, they don't.
I don't think do you know that about Nicolay? If I know anything about them, they don't mess around.
Well, I know that now that you told me. They're not messing around at all.
Yeah, and they've been helping folks across the Midwest for years. North Dakota, Iowa, Minnesota, Wisconsin, you name it.
South Dakota.
And here's the kicker, Charlie.
What?
They win or you don't pay.
Really?
Yeah. Imagine if pull tabs were like that. I'd sign up for pull tabs every day of the week.
If they win or you don't pay, that's fantastic.
Yeah, imagine just getting pull tabs. You don't win. You don't, no money off your back.
Nicolay should start doing pull tabs.
They should.
They would go bankrupt so fast.
But they win every time, so they don't have to worry about it,
That's
Charlie.
true.
Well,
someone's got to lose.
Yeah. True. Insurance
companies.
So you know that they're fighting for you, Charlie, and they're not just there to make a buck, because if they don't win, you don't pay. So, guys, if you're injured, call Nicolay Law at 1-855-NICOLAY or visit nicolaylaw.com to learn more. And you can get yourself a lawyer who doesn't dink around. They don't mess around. They get it done.
Get it done.
Charlie, tailgate season is right around, or it's here, actually.
Yeah.
It's in it. And I got a few questions for you.
Shoot.
If you are at a tailgate and you got a option between a hot dog or a brat, what are you choosing?
Brat.
If you got an option between a brat and a burger, what are you choosing?
Brat.
If you got between a brat and potato salad that your grandma made, which one are you choosing?
Potato salad, guilt.
Okay, that's smart.
Mm-hmm.
If you had between potato salad and Snicker salad,
still potato salad if my grandma made it. If not, I would.
What if your grandma made the Snicker salad?
Then I go Snicker salad.
Okay.
And to be honest with you, I'd probably pick out the Snickers out the salad. I'm one of those guys.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm terrible. I know.
Strange.
I'm admitting bad things here.
Now, Charlie, if you got between Snicker salad that your grandma made or a chocolate shake glass of Tippy Cow, which one are you choosing?
It's close, but Miles, I'm choosing the Tippy Cow. Sorry, Grandma, but it's so good. And if I tip some of this in Grandma Sue's glass, she'll get it.
She'll get it. She'll understand.
She'll understand.
So, guys, for your tailgate, if you want to have everyone having a good time, you got to pick up some chocolate shake Tippy Cow, just like Charlie and I got here at the bar. And, guys, they're going to love it. So, tip it on back at the tailgate.
Tip it on back to the Tippy Cow. Moo.
What up? I'm Adam, and coincidentally, you just picked up at the end of our project. We've been replacing a garage door.
Okay. You guys seem like you're in a good mood. That's got to be a good sign.
Dude, well, it's finally over. We've been fighting the stupid, like the big old spring, the dangerous spring that everyone talks about.
Yeah.
And I mean, we got all the panels placed, and it's looking good, and it goes up and down as the garage door should. So,
congratulations.
Well, let us know. How did it go? Like you seem pretty like you were getting mad at it at some point. Let us hear. Let it all out. What happened?
Well, so it started off with my buddy getting some shit from his HOA, and he's like, "Well, we got to replace this garage door so we don't get fined." And by the end of October, so he bought a kit from Lowe's, and we came over on a Thursday night after work. We took the whole garage door apart, and we realized we were in way over our heads. And
quite literally.
Well, we were like, "Shit, better be a yes, quite literally." And we were. We were like, "Oh shit, better make it a weekend deal." So we came in this morning, and I was like, "Well, this is perfect timing because my favorite podcast is looking for rants, and boy, do we have something to talk about." So put you on in the background, and we actually just loaded up all the stuff to take off to the dump. And
so you took it apart on Thursday. So for 2 days, did you put up a tarp or something overnight? What happened?
No, we jimmied the panels back in place, so it looked like the garage door was closed.
Okay, but someone could have just donkey kicked it in and they'd have been in the house?
Well, the garage door was locked, but I suppose, yeah. They didn't take any of our nice 2x4s, I tell you.
Is your buddy there with you?
He is. Should I put you on speakerphone?
Yeah, get him on the line. I need to talk to him about his HOA.
All right, here. Can you hear us? Howdy.
Hey, so you got a letter from your HOA. How do you feel about HOAs?
I have mixed feelings about them because for our HOA, normally it's fine. It's fine until apparently you have a dent in your garage door and they tell you being like, hey, even though there's a dent in your garage door because the driveways are small, you still have to replace that, otherwise you're going to get fined. Our HOA is fine because they don't care about the front yard because they take care of all that. But I've heard some shitty things about other HOAs where they care about like how tall your grass is and you got to like mow on the right day or whatever. Thankfully, we don't have to deal with that. But yeah,
it's got its ups and downs.
It's got its ups and downs. And I mean,
just like the garage door.
Yeah.
So why was there a dent in your garage door?
Past homeowners. We got this house like less than a year ago, and there was a dent when we moved in and stuff, and like our inspector told us about it, and we're like, it'll be fine. It's a small driveway. It's whatever. I don't care about cosmetic damage. I didn't think it would be an issue until literally the HOA emailed everybody like a month or so ago being like, hey, by the way, if you're getting this email, it's because there's a dent in your garage door and you have to get it replaced.
How many
quotes you got for it?
Oh, yeah. The quote we got from the HOA from like their people, if you will, who they recommended was $1,100. And I was like, in this economy? No.
You did it for less than half.
Yeah, we got the kit for $380, and then the final part with the spring we couldn't get done ourselves. We had a technician come out, and we were like, well, how much is this going to cost from you? Because if it's cheap enough, I'll just have you do this little part. And they originally said $299, and I was like, I can't do that. And then Adam here talked them down to $100, and I was like, let's do it. And they were able to take care of it, no problem. So all in all, it cost us about $480 to get everything done. So
Charlie,
what a deal.
It sounds like they went through the 5 stages of doing a home project.
It absolutely does.
So you guys tell us if we're right or wrong on this. Stage 1. You realize you got to do a home project and you're like, dude, I got this. No problem. I don't need to pay that guy an extra $500 or something I could do myself.
I'm going to save so much money because contrary to popular belief, time is not money. This is going to take me so long, but
I'm saving
money. It's going to be worth it. Yep.
Stage 2. I'm way in over my fucking head.
Literally, because it's a garage door.
So now you've taken it apart. You realize it's not as simple, and you maybe should have called someone to do it. Correct?
But at that point, you've dug in too far.
So now stage 3.
Oh, yeah.
Go back to the hardware store.
Well, go back to hardware store, get more stuff, and then start cracking a few beers. And that's when I like to call this stage the creative problem solving stage. You get some beers flowing.
We forgot the beer.
We skipped that step.
You skipped that. That's the most
That's the
important
problem.
step. You guys could both be without an eye right now.
Spring, what if someone got hurt?
Yeah, someone's gonna get hurt, but that's that's why you wear your hard hat.
And at that stage, Charlie, that's when everything goes. You're like, well, if we take a crowbar and crank on this might fix that problem. All goes.
Yeah.
And then stage 4, Charlie, is you just resort to YouTube.
Oh yeah. Well, YouTube, I mean,
Yeah, we actually did. Yeah.
see, they did.
They did.
Yeah. How many YouTube videos did it take?
It took us 2. We were trying to figure out how the spring works, and apparently you need the technician's on the way. We got a free quote, so I was watching some YouTube trying to figure out what would it take? And apparently you need these big old rods to have enough leverage to counter the spring and get it going.
So
about 2 YouTube videos to figure out we were in over our heads.
That's actually pretty good, though. That's not too bad. And then stage 5 is what I call that wasn't so bad.
where you just
stage.
you just get amnesia from the past 3 days.
And this is kind of similar. They say when you have a kid, your mind blacks out child labor so that you want to have kids again. This stage, you black out all of the painful process so that you want to do a project again.
Well said, Mouse. You really put a bow on that.
Yeah. And it's at that point, it might be 2 days later like you boys, but you forget that the whole process happened and you're like, that was fun. We learned a lot, even though you guys were literally ready to murder each other in the middle there.
And I gotta inquire about this. How many garage doors had dents in them that the HOA had to send out a mass email saying all of you with dented garage doors? It's not that common to dent a garage door. I feel like there's a conspiracy on behalf of the HOA that one of the guys, specifically the garage door repairman, was going out there denting it, and there's a kickback to the HOA. I think you guys have a lawsuit on your hands. Call Nicolay Law.
Nicolay Law.
Is this where Nicolay gets involved?
So I got a question for you boys. I feel like every group has one guy who's kind of the naysayer that's usually murmuring things like, guys, we should have called someone, this and that. Was there one of those guys in your group? And if so, identify them now.
I wouldn't classify myself as a naysayer. I get paranoid about somebody dying.
Oh, so you're the
So
safety
I'm the one who
guy.
started I got to get this done.
He's OSHA.
But also,
Yeah, I was saying,
guys,
I didn't know that
I don't
OSHA
want
came
somebody
to home projects like that. Is that what you guys call them? OSHA?
OSHA, oh shit, what's the difference, man? Or it technically be like,
Would you say it technically be what?
I was thinking OSHA, oh shit, but technically OP would be more fitting for the situation.
OPSHA.
OPSHA.
So you were the OPSHA.
Yeah.
Who was the foreman? Who was the guy pretending like he knew what he was doing, even though he was just Googling it?
I would say that our foreman wasn't around.
That just sounds like every other job site. He's sitting in the truck with the AC on.
He's sitting in the truck. I don't know. Technically, you could classify me as the foreman. Maybe I had all the tools for the job. That's true. That's where I was.
You are not the foreman. You're the guy who got invited because they want to borrow all your tools. I hate to break it to you.
There is.
Oh, okay. So that's true.
And then they just told you can be the foreman so that you brought all your tools over. I hate to break it to you.
Yeah, there's two guys you invite. One guy is the guy who owns the tools, and the other guy is the guy who actually kind of knows more than all the other guys. He had a dad who smacked him around, showed him how to fix a truck once.
just batted him around a little bit.
Anyway, no.
Oh, you ain't wrong.
So which one of you guys has a rocky relationship with their dad?
Well,
Well, you're all getting to learn more about each other today. That's the important thing.
oh gosh, amen to that. It's been an adventure. It'll go down in the books.
Good for you guys. How are you celebrating now?
I think we said ice cream.
We're gonna get frozen yogurt.
Maybe a beer when I get there.
Hey, you guys want to maybe swing through Tutti Frutti after we do this garage door?
Oh,
Let's get delicious, creamy treats after this. What do you guys
yeah.
say?
Did you guys meet at a church raffle? What the hell?
Are you guys Mormon? I
Oh
don't
man,
know.
it's free. I'll take it.
Hey, also, maybe you guys could, if this is a mass email, now that you guys know how to do it, just go around and undercut what the HOA said. Instead of doing $1,100, do it for $900. You guys could be profiting off the whole neighborhood.
Yes, yes. And then when they try to go after you, you can sue them again for poor business monopolizing. It's monopoly, right? Something.
We're going to be keeping Nicolay in business.
Yeah.
There you go.
I don't even know if someone's got to get injured before you call them. So someone go mess with that spring and lose an eye, and
Someone get on a ladder and someone else trip, and yeah.
No. We got a ladder. We can make this
The
happen.
OSHA guy is just sweating after we said that. Like, please don't.
well, we're glad that it worked out, and the garage door's going up and down. Congratulations, you guys. You deserve that sweet treat.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm so happy you guys picked up, too. I've been trying to call in, and normally I'm always working while you guys are taking callers. But, hey, finally a weekend.
Yep.
So thank you guys.
Yeah.
Do more.
Yeah, you guys go down and you guys each split a milkshake together. You earned it.
Deal. two straws?
Yeah,
Two straws or one if you're already swapping spit. You guys take care now and watch out for that spring, all right?
And you guys watch out for deer
All right. We'll see you soon.
or golf balls.
Good guys.
Good guys.
How many you because you've been doing some renovations
Yeah.
over years? You gone through the 5 stages?
I've gone through the 5
Because there's also an
stages.
alternate 5th stage that you just punt on the whole thing and call someone after all.
Well,
that.
then you've done more damage than good on
Yes.
that. Yeah. I tried doing you know, when you're taking down a tree, you really want to know what you're doing. I'll just tell you that much.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, you really want to know where it's dropping.
Did you have a tree drop on something that it shouldn't have?
Well, it was going the wrong way for a second there, but a little fast action with the chainsaw
Oh, really?
and a rope fixed that.
It was going towards your house?
A car actually. And it's not the
Why
point.
would you park a car there?
Well, that's not where it was supposed to drop. Okay. Anyways, you live and you learn.
True.
And other times with trees, you don't. So you got to be careful for them. They drop on you. That was if
But
a
now,
tree
but now
drops.
you know what not to do. So
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll do it again.
Yeah.
Well, Charles, that was another good episode of the Bellied Up podcast.
Some would call it great. Some would call it great.
We're going to do that? Okay.
You know,
All right.
that was another great episode of the Bellied Up podcast, if I do say so myself.
And Charlie, we got to remind the listeners that they can get the Bellied Up Ditch Chickens hat that I got on at oubetcha.com.
Oh, yes, it's a classic hat. Look at that.
Oh, my God.
It's very comfortable. One of them foam ones.
I've seen you wear it a few times.
Yeah, you know what? My Ditch Chickens hat is the most stolen hat that I've had.
Oh,
You
really?
keep giving me new Ditch Chickens hats.
I know.
People-
You're going to put us out of business.
I know. My
stuff.
friends keep stealing them. So,
That's good.
Yeah.
That's a good sign.
and I keep stealing yours. Every time I've
You
walked
can just
away.
have this, Charlie.
That
It's
I wasn't gonna ask, but thank you.
So, guys, go check it out, oubetcha.com. You can also check out Charlie's merch at manawalkminute.com or charlieberens.com. Or
Either
both.
one.
Okay.
You
Go check it out, guys. And thanks for tuning in. As always, Charlie, what do they need to do?
Tip your bartender.
See you in the next one.
See you guys.
Love you guys.